and everything else he's doing. And how important was it having Drew in that dunker spot for him to have a little bit of an outlet there in that first half?
Yeah, before that, I think the play of the game can't go unnoticed. The humility of our team is Peyton's shot at the end of the quarter, and you see guys around the league pass up on that shot or fake like they want to take it, and so that their numbers don't get messed up. And he takes pride in taking that, and that's winning basketball. So that's the first and foremost. That should have been the first question: is the ability of our everybody on our team to do different things that lead to winning. So I'm really tired of hearing about one guy or this guy or that guy, and everybody trying to make it out to be anything other than Celtic basketball. And everybody that stepped on that court tonight made winning plays on both ends of the floor. That's the most important thing. And then to answer your question, Jayson makes greatness look easy. He does it in a lot of different ways. He does it on defense. He does it on rebounding. Does it on passing. Does it on screening. He's a tremendous player. It's hard to coach him, and he has the ability to affect the game in different ways. We're a different team, but it takes everybody to do it. That should answer everyone's question.
Jake over here on the left side.
Joe, that being said, was there an emphasis for Jayson to play more of a distributor role tonight? It seemed like that was kind of his personal agenda out there.
The emphasis and where he's grown over the last 2 years is to take what the defense has given him and learn to impact the game in many different ways. And because of the type of team that we've had, especially this year, he's seen a bunch of different coverages, and he's seen different matchups because teams have to match up with our thing. And so coming into a game, it's kind of similar to a puzzle, and he's done a great job learning how to solve the puzzle and do different things. Tonight, with the way that they were rotating and the way that they were defending, the most important thing was making the right play at the rim, and we were able to stay out of transition because our guys made that. And so I thought he did a tremendous job doing what the game called for.
Dave over here on the left.
Joe, you guys trailed at the end of the first quarter. Luka had 13. Drew ends up outscoring Luka in quarters 2 through 4. What allowed you guys to get him going on offense? And obviously, as you mentioned, a lot of you guys can do a lot of different things for you. But when a guy like Luka has it going like that, how much of a boost is it to get an extra scoring boost from a guy like Drew?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to take a look at, we gave up a 26-point first quarter and then 3 25-point quarters. In the 26-point first quarter, we fouled a 3-point, we messed up the 2 for 1 and fouled a 3-point shooter. For 3 free throws, Luka gets 2 shooting free throws. We give up a transition basket to P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington hits an above the break 3. That's almost 70% of the points there. So that, like, the game was going the way we wanted it to go, outside of the things that we can control. And I thought our guys took the poise and remained the mindset and the toughness to understand that. And then Drew, it's connected, and that's what people don't realize is, like, every guy on our team can't be at their best if this guy doesn't do that. So Jayson's facilitating, Jalen's decision-making, that leads to Drew's playmaking. And the way that they're defending us, we have to make multiple plays, we have to have multiple drives. And I think Drew did a great job. Guys did a great job finding him. He did a great job attacking closeouts and then either kicking it back out for a second drive or getting, an open shot. And then what he can do defensively, it just goes back to everybody on the team works to impact the game differently every single night.
Gary, all the way in the middle.
Joe, Gary Walsh from Boston Globe. On the play that Tatum was blocked at the rim, Derek ran from the Mavericks in front of the Mavericks bench and caught Washington. I mean, that was sick. Yeah, it's uncanny.
Yeah.
I mean, we agree on that. I mean, what is it about him? He just makes an intangible plays. He hits the 27-footer to beat the shot clock. Like, it just seems like he is so reliable. I mean, can you touch on that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it just comes back to he's not defined by one thing. He's not if you were to ask, like, he's just a little bit of everything. He can handle in pick and roll. He can score in pick and roll. He can stay spaced. He's not defined by scoring. He rebounds. He plays defense. He can play pick and roll ball handler, the pick and roll screener. He's had blocks on bigs. And so he's just another guy that's selfless and wants to impact the game in any way that he can. And it looks different every night. And I think the thing about him is the confidence that he has to maybe go some possessions or half or, because teams are guarding us differently, his frequency can be impacted because of that at times. But he just fights to impact the game in different ways.
John, over on the right.
John Corrales, Boston Sports Journal. When a team is struggling shooting from 3, there might be a tendency to say, okay, we're just going to drive it. But you guys continued to, when you did drive it, make those right reads despite that. What kind of discipline does it take to not get into that thing of, like, forcing missed layups that you keep talking about that could trigger another team's run, and to keep kicking it out, and eventually a couple of huge threes fall down at the end?
Yeah, listen, the most important thing is getting a good shot and not turning it over. So in the first half, even though we're missing, our expected points per shot was was much higher than theirs, and I liked every shot that we took, and that's the most important thing, is take what the defense gives you, whether it's a layup or there. And the second piece to that was our offensive rebounding, and so I think we had an offensive rebounding rate in the first half of like 41%, and died down in the second half. But like when you're not shooting it well, you still want to make the right plays so that it doesn't impact the other end of the floor, but you have to have the offensive rebounding capacity to get extra possessions, and I thought we did a really good job of that in the first half and had some timely ones in the second half.
Joe Varden, The Athletic. Did Porzingis re-aggravate the calf, and what's your concern level for him for Game 3?
No, 0. He's good.
Next question, standing back left on 2. Hold on for the mic.
Joe, Kari Thompson, Boston Globe. You touched on it briefly, but the buzzer beater that Porzingis, that Pritchard hit, huge shot, his only make of the night. What makes you trust him in those moments?
He has the humility and the selflessness to not care if he misses it. He practices it and has an understanding of how a shot like that can impact the end of a quarter and can impact the run that a team makes. So that they had went on a run to end the quarter, and I thought that shot kind of gave us a little bit of poise and a little bit of momentum that we needed heading into the fourth quarter. That was big time.
Tim, last